Hello guys, you're welcome to AI Tech Excel class. So today we'll be working on a company's grade book. So this is more like a test analysis. So this is the complete grade book. This is the way it's going to look. We'll be using the charts, we'll be using conditional formatting, and we'll also be using the maximum, minimum, and average formulas. So now let's start. So this is a new sheet. You can rename it to grade book. I just renamed it to grade book now. And the first thing you need to do is you need to give it a heading as grade book. So you move to the next cell and you just write your last name and first name, and you invent like 20 names. Yes, I just did that now. So it looks a bit crampy, so you can just give it space. You can double click it at the top. You double click it so it will be more spacious, like I just did now. So the next thing is to write out the text that we'll be working with. Yes, the text that we'll be working with in this grade book. The first one is safety test. So we're going to be testing the employee safety test. The second one is the company philosophy test. Company philosophy test. So the third one is going to be the financial skill test. So mind you, when you're writing it, you don't need to be giving it space. Just write it and click on tab so it moves. Don't worry. So the fourth one is a drug test. The fourth one is a drug test. I just wrote that now. So we're going to highlight it because it does not look well pronounced. It's not looking arranged. So we're going to be using rotate text up from alignment. So you can see the way it looks. It looks more organized. So just bold it. I bolded the safety test, the company philosophy test. I bold the financial skill test and the drug test. So just bold it like that. So this is the way it's going to look. Now the next thing, you just need to write the points possible. So we're going to invent points that we feel we'll be using just for the analysis. So we start with the safety test. What points, you can just put that, what points can we be using for the safety test? So the safety test, we're going to use 10, while the company philosophy test we use 20, the financial skills test we use 100, and the drug test we use 1. Why? Because drug test is that you pass or you fail the drug test. So the next thing that we're going to do is just invent numbers here, like I just did. Just invent them, just write them. That's probably the assumption that would have done the test, and these are the numbers that you've invented. So the next thing you will do right here is to copy the test and paste it in the next two cell. Yes, just paste it like this. Yes, then you can escape the one you just copied. You can click on the escape button. Yes, so now you've done that. You can see it's the same thing as the one you copied. So the next thing now is to do the analysis. So the first one we're using is the safety test. We want to know how Adenike safety test, so we're going to use equals to Adenike's results from the safety test divided by the points possible. Do you get? So we got 1. So we're going to use the percentage. We're going to use percentage because it's going to be in percentage. So that's it. So you self-fill it all the way to the bottom. So now we have an error. We have division error. This is possible because this formula is not dividing the is just doing relative referencing. It's supposed to be dividing what Adenike has with the points possible. What it's doing here is what Camilla has with what Adenike has. It's not yes, it's just doing relative referencing here. So we need it to do absolute referencing. So we got it equals to Adenike's point divided by the point possible. Then we had the dollar sign. The dollar sign shows that it's going to absolute reference the point possible. If you see, we placed it exactly at the point possible. The safety test, which is 10. So that way you get 100%. So if you self-fill it all the way down, it's not going to give you error. And then you have the exact right calculation. If you see this Penfold Sandy, our safety test result is 11, and when we were done calculating, we have 110%. So it's working fine now. So here we used absolute referencing, not relative referencing. You can see it, everything came out exactly the way we want it to be. So next thing you do is just highlight it and self-fill it all the way to drug test. So it means that everything we used absolute referencing and not relative referencing. So you can look at them. It all came out well. Yes, from Adenike all the way to Linda Bassi, you see that their results came out well. So let's add some features. You can see that it looks just bare. So let's just add some bits of coloring and all that. So we'll be using conditional formatting. Yes, we're using conditional form. So I highlight the first safety test, then go to the conditional formatting. You can see the options we have: highlight, top, data bars, color scales, icon sets. So we're using the icon sets. Yes, the 4 traffic lights, that's what we're using. So you can see the way it came out. It looks beautiful, right? So you highlight the second test, which is company philosophy test. Highlight it, yes, and do the same process. Icon sets, yes, and do the third one, which is financial skill sets, skill test. Highlight it and conditional format it. Yes, yes. So you do the same for drug tests. You highlight and use the conditional formatting icon sets, and that's it. So here you can see that Adenike has 4 points, which means she passed. Delo Ayodele had a bit of yellow and a bit of, so it's just a way to show without even looking at the numbers that, oh, this person passed the test, this person was a bit average, and know that this person, for the black, this person failed the test, for the red, this person almost failed. So it's just a way to understand the values well. So the next one, we're going to be conditional formatting the percentage results. Do you understand? So it's also the same thing. You go to conditional formatting, but here we're not going to use icon sets. We're going to be using the highlight cell rules. You can see what we have here. We have greater than, less than, between, equal to. So we're using the greater than, the less than. Yes. So this is how it works. You erase everything. So we're trying to look at people that are less than 50%. So just write 0.5. 50% 0.5. So you can choose colors that you want it to highlight with. So here I just use the first one, it's fine. Then you click OK. You can see the people that have less than 50%. Yes, Temitope Yakubu, Valinda Mercy has 30%. So it just highlighted them. You don't need to be going through them one by one. With this conditional formatting, it will bring everything out. It will just state them out. So right now we're going to be looking at, okay, so we've done all these tests. What can we do with this test? What does this test